Food for the Poor family, welcome. And Joe Piscopo, so grateful to be able to welcome you not only to our studio, but also to the Food for the Poor family. And you very graciously agreed after doing your own show. I mean, I laughed, I cried. What a joy to be a part of your radio family, because you make them feel like family.
Well, I couldn't do it without you, so thank you. Thanks to Paul and everybody. Anitra, for coming, allowing us to come here at Food for the Poor. It's so beautiful here. It's so state of the art. I want to take the studio back to Salem, New York. It's so nice. And I did a favor last night for a friend in Fort Lauderdale. I dropped by, and then he said, "Oh, well, I need you this," and I got a show in the morning, and so you guys came through. So thank you. So
Our pleasure.
as we talked, I talked to Phil Boyce, our boss at Salem Media. And Phil says, "Would you want to do a pitch to help the Ukrainian kids?" I said, "I am so in. I said, I'm your guy." I said, "Let's go down." And a thank you to the great listeners of AM 970, The Answer, streaming all around the country now. And thank you. It's so cool the way you and Paul read the names of the people donating and why they donated. That was wonderful. So,
because the stories of those donors, I mean, because Food for the Poor is a pass-through. We are a connection between your listeners and the donors and the families in need. So I feel like I have a front row seat to see miracles happen. And that leads me to my first question. You have had so much success. We have known you on every level of entertainment and now the media. What has drawn your heart to philanthropy, whether it's children in New Jersey to children in Ukraine?
Yeah, well, a fine question. So I was in L.A. 1994 when the Northridge earthquake hit. So, and I'm not really in the Hollywood loop. I always say I'm not on the A list, the B list. I'm not even on the wait list, But I was out there and I saw the people hurt the most were the people that needed help the most. And I watched this unfold on television right after the earthquake hit. I mean, it's so scary. I'm from Jersey. They go, "Why do you live in New Jersey?" I say, "Well, at least mostly the ground doesn't move." I mean, Florida down here, it doesn't move. So I saw that and I went, "How can I give back?" So I went back to see a friend, Raymond Chambers, everybody knows from Newark, a Wall Street icon, gave up everything on Wall Street to give back to the community. And he built, Newark is doing so well today because, in my opinion, Ray and his colleagues, I was a foot soldier. I went and talked to Ray. What can I do? How can I help? He goes, I was a bad kid. So he goes, "Go to the Boys and Girls Club. You're working out. Let's put a Jersey Joe's gym." We took the kids off. It was when the carjackings were at their height in Newark, New Jersey. It's great now, by the way, thank God. But the kids would come off the streets. We teach them a workout with their parents, with the police department across the street. And it was called the Positive Impact Foundation. I formed it in a nonprofit. And I was off and running, walking Camden, New Jersey. The most dangerous, at the time, Camden's great now. And I'm a Jersey boy. So I go, what's the most dangerous city in America? It was Camden at the time. It was about 20 years ago, right? And I've been doing this for about 25 years. Let me go see the community and why it's like that and why no one is helping. I'd walk down the streets. I'm walking down the street. And what they call the shot callers, I mean, the people calling and running, it was interesting because the gangsters let me walk down the street because I was helping.
Because you're Joe.
And they would help. I was helping these great nonprofits, the Unity Community, and then we went ahead and built the Boys and Girls Clubs down there. So I felt there, but for the grace of God, go all of us. And this was the most searing thing. And it all leads to Food for the Poor and the way you help out those who, all of us could be in that situation. And this is a little dramatic, but if I may, when I first said, okay, I'll help out the kids in Newark, and I went to the Newark Detention Center, because I was a punk, but I had my parents there, and my father straightened me out. And I was in the Newark Detention Center, and I saw a kid in an orange jumpsuit. And I was waiting to go in and address all these kids that are kind of, in the detention center because they've done big things. Youthful kids, young teenagers. Orange jumpsuit, the kids handcuffs, shackled. And I said, he goes to me. He goes, "Hey, Mr. Piscopo, how are you?" Because they know him from the neighborhood, And I went, "What are you in here for, Femi?" And he goes, "Homicide." Homicide. He said homicide like I would have said, "I got into a fight at school. or I said something snarky in class. Homicide. And I thought, wow, we got a situation. And people weren't addressing it. So I've been committed then to help the at-risk community. And the at-risk community now is global. And that's where Food for the Poor steps up. And when you're helping people, whether it's in Haiti, whether it's in South America, it's an impossible situation. And when we watch the Ukraine unfold, not unlike what I saw in the inner cities all those years ago. Thank God in New Jersey we're doing better. But my God, these folks are put into the situation. They're innocent. And we're all God's children on earth. And it's our responsibility to, you know what I thought about? I'm talking too much. Put two Italians in a room, we'll be talking forever. We'll be, we're going to have to break some bread, some olive oil and bread. But I was thinking, I had this thought the other day. I said, right before you die, because I'm on the backside of my time on the planet, I've been around such a long time. And I'm thinking, what are you going to think about right before you close your eyes and God takes you? What are you going to think about? What did you do? You can make all the money in the world. You could be the biggest star in the world. You could, you could say, well, everybody knows who I am. It's not that. It's like Chaz Palminteri, who was on the show this morning, my friend. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. He's right. What really matters and what will care is what you have done for others less fortunate. What have you given back? And that's why I do the radio show. Joe, what are you doing? I talk about the country. I talk about my faith in God. In my business, they'll all but shut you out, But you got to be honest. Don't you have to be true to yourself? So when the opportunity here for Food for the Poor to reach out to the people of Ukraine, to watch that devastation, it was an honor to be here. And I thank you for allowing us to do it and reaching out to the glorious audience that we have every single morning. God bless you for helping out.
It's our pleasure.
Great
Thank you
kid.
so much for
You're the best.
being.
Thank you.
Such a joy. Such a joy.
Thank you, Anitra. God bless you. Thank you so much.